now descending back again into the Hulk Lab and Expo Center. So, I've never used a light. This is the first time there's ever been a lighting effect in any Hawk video. But I wanted to give a lighting effect here just to see how it would work, and it works pretty well. I'm actually in a pitch black room, and it's illuminating really nice. I'm actually pretty pleased with this. I've never done that before, so this is kind of cool, actually. So let me get over here, because I was just walking down the stairs to reset this shot, and I'll turn on the Hulk light, and I'll talk about our next item in the Hulk light. Hulk Force 1 was the first one, but now we're going to revisit another video mount. And let's go back to the archives over here, when we find the venerable selfie stick video mount 1.0, 2.0. And I'm thinking, did we get to 3.0? Now, I haven't watched those old ones in a while, so I think this might have been 3.0 when we had it, or no, it was 3.0 when we made it the chest mount. Right, but so for Christmas this last year, I had, we kind of have a bring whatever you want thing, and someone brought a dash mount phone holder here. And I will be dipped, but this thing sticks onto my helmet perfectly. And you remember that I went through selfie stick, video mount 1.0, 2.0. That was back in season 1. We're on season 3. We're up on my 3rd season. And for $7, we're still figuring out the video mount. But look, this is a $7 mount, and it's like a suction. Well, it was $7 at like a discount store, but it was a gift from my sister Jenny, who is really a class act, and she proved it again today. I actually talked to her today. She made a very generous gift today, but here is something she brought for a Christmas exchange, $7, and now I have a helmet mount, because you know I don't like to have a GoPro. I'm already paying for a phone. It's hard to get the missus to go in for this stuff, and I don't blame her. Because who has the money for all this crap? So, because a GoPro was what I mean, but this will fit my phone, and then as you know, I string the earbuds microphone down here and around, and you can see I've got it taped off so no wind comes through here, and then I have the microphone about right here. So, and then of course your phone is so powerful, and I just have an Android, like an S7 Edge phone, and then you can have a video studio on that. But as you know, I don't do any production, titles, fun thumbnails, anything. These are all raw, one take, one shot, one idea riffs that I do. I don't write them, I just think about them briefly, and I say, I'm going to do a shot. So here's what we've got here, this cheap, but it's so strong. And see, here's like a suction tab, and this goes up and down, and there's a little adjustable nut here that once you do that, this can go up and down or all around. It's like on a circular ball. But as you tighten it, and I kind of have it offset. You can see how it's offset? That's because the camera lens, if you want it to be in the center of your phone, the camera lens will be here. And I'll be able to adjust the attitude of this up and down slightly. So when I'm on the Hawk, and I'll still leave this black Gorilla Tape here, when I'm on the Hawk and listening, we'll be employing Video Mount 4.0 straight from the Hawk Lab, something that was designed for a car, but I'm putting on my helmet. It's so strong. So really nice suction cup thing at the bottom, and you know how these type of things work. You pull that tab to get it off. Actually, there's a thing here, and it's on so well I almost didn't want to pull that up. But you pull that down, and geez, it'd be really difficult to get that off of there. So I may put, similar to selfie stick, a video mount, a 1.0 and 2.0, I may still have rubber bands here like this. So extra protection, I mean, it will already be attached with the earbuds, but that jack could fall off in the wind. Now, I don't want to take this in bad weather, but let's face it, guys. I mean, these phones that we all own are some of the most expensive pieces of property we own. It's a video production studio and everything. That's why I like it versus a GoPro. I don't have the money for it, and your phone is actually good enough to take a lot of videos. So I do kind of like the stripped down nature of mine. So I don't know, I'm going to be using a lot of video editing, but I did do some experimenting with flying in a title for the Hawk track in the last 2 episodes back. So I wanted to give you an update, though, and it kind of, you saw this in the Hawk light in my last video, and it's simple and everyone can get one, but it's like super cheap, and then it's got a strong suction here, and it will hold my phone perfectly. So I have to get it figured out with the hands. You know, I like having all of my hands in the shots, so I have to, the attitude of this will have to be quite precise, otherwise I'll have to put my hands out so far in front of me to do my hand maneuvers. And see, it's kind of like I guess that's like a mork from, or is that Spark? I don't know. Robin Williams, God rest his soul. So anyway, hey, we'll leave it at that, but I had to go through a review in the last episode, so I didn't get to video mount 3.0 or 4.0. It bothers me I don't recall which it was, but we're in the Hawk lab, so we do versions, we do experiments, and in this case, hey, I did this whole episode with the light off, using only my flash, reviewing the stunt again from the last episode, paintings. We'll get to the keyboard. A near disaster with the Hawk took place that this had a big part in saving. You can see this is smashed. This is a smashed air compressor. The wheel of one of my cars started in drive, ran over this, and almost ran over the Hawk. But that air compressor was the only thing that stood between the Hawk and disaster. So that actually was supposed to be up on the table, and you can see how this is ripped off. See that? That's ripped off. This is torn apart here. This cord is torn apart because the car tore over it. I was doing some work in the garage, and I'll lay this out if I think it's necessary. But table tennis again, always on the table. But anyway, near disaster, and I meant to kind of shoot a video about this last year, but I just kind of never got around to it. So I wanted to touch base again back in the Hawk Lab Expo Center. My own payday brain, you can see with the light on. I had the shadow in the last episode, but here you can see P-A-Y-D-A-Y, payday. That's what it looks like. That's what it is. That's the half hemisphere of my brain. And why haven't you guys called me yet? So anyway, we'll leave it at that. Prepare for the stunt. And most importantly, talk about what we can do on the Hawk. As you all know, it's all about the Hawk. The Hawk's in the garage, getting ready for another season.